Caesarism, duty, and the fate of the West. I. The shape of history. History does not move in a straight line. It does not progress endlessly toward freedom, equality, or prosperity. Nor is it random chaos. It has a rhythm. It has seasons. It has a destiny. Oswald Spengler, in The Decline of the West, argued that cultures are organisms. They are born, they flower, they ripen, and they die. Each has its springtime of myth and faith, its summer of strength and confidence, its autumn of money and utility, and its winter of empire and Caesarism. For the West, what Spengler called the Faustian culture, we are in that winter. Second, money thinking and utility. In the late stage of any culture, democracy is not truly rule by the people. It is rule by money, through the people. Campaigns require funding. Politicians require media. Laws are written by the wealthy for the wealthy. Parliaments are marketplaces, not temples of representation. This creates a world-view Spengler called money thinking. It sees the world in terms of utility, profit, efficiency, calculation. Utility is the age of spreadsheets. Utility is return on investment. Utility asks only, what do I gain? It can build shopping malls, but not cathedrals. It can create markets, but not monuments. It can sustain consumption, but it cannot inspire faith. And when money becomes too blatant, when utility reveals itself as the naked master of democracy, the veil is torn. The people see through the illusion. Confidence in democracy collapses. The decline of democracy. At first, democracy hides its true master. People believe in freedom, equality, representation. But as money's grip tightens, the system becomes obvious. Elections are auctions. Laws are written by lobbyists. Media is propaganda. The people lose faith. They know democracy is hollow. This is the fatal point Spengler identifies. When money has overreached, when democracy has lost its soul, no reform is possible. Once faith in democracy is gone, it cannot be restored. Fourth Caesarism, will above law. When money fails, will replaces it. Spengler calls this Caesarism. It is the rule of the strong man, the charismatic leader, the figure above law. The Caesar does not debate. He does not calculate utility. He does not justify himself with constitutions. He acts. He rules by force, by symbol, by loyalty. His legitimacy is not in votes, but in destiny. He is not chosen. He appears. Spengler writes, "The sword is victorious over money, the Caesars over the financiers. When faith in money dies, the people turn to will. When democracy collapses, they turn to the man who embodies it." V. Prussian Socialism, the duty ethos. But Caesarism alone is not enough. Violence cannot sustain empire. Despotism collapses unless it rests on an ethos. Spengler believed this ethos could only be Prussian socialism. Not socialism in the Marxist sense of equality or collectivism, but socialism in the Prussian sense of duty, service, sacrifice. The Prussian officer lived modestly, even poorer than merchants, but carried the highest honor. To command was not privilege, it was burden. To lead was to serve. To live was to sacrifice. This is the opposite of utility. Utility asks, what's in it for me? Duty asks, what is required of me? Utility vanishes with markets. Duty endures in monuments. Utility consumes. Duty creates. Only a civilization built on duty, on sacrifice for the whole, can survive the death of money rule and the rise of Caesarism. 6. Dynasty and continuity. Money is liquid, shifting, finite. Fortunes vanish in a generation. Corporations rise and fall. But dynasty endures. Blood creates continuity across centuries. This is why Spengler insisted that money power collapses into Caesarism. Wealth can dominate temporarily, but only dynasty can sustain empire. Rome's republic was ruled by senators and oligarchs, men of wealth. It ended with the Caesars, men of blood and dynasty. America today is ruled by financiers, corporations, and oligarchs, but its destiny is the same. Dynasty will replace utility. A new aristocracy will form. A Caesar will rise. 7th Imperium Mundi, World Empire. Every civilization ends not in democracy, but in empire. Rome became Imperium Mundi, the world state of antiquity. America has become Imperium Mundi of the modern world. Rome's imperium rested on legions and tribute. America's imperium rests on finance, technology, and the petrodollar. But the logic is the same. The imperial center lives off the provinces. Grain flowed from Egypt to Rome. Silver flowed from Spain. Today, oil and goods flow through the dollar system back to America. This is the parasitic stage of empire. The center grows rich and monumental, while the periphery is drained. 8. The petrodollar and global money rule. After World War II, the dollar became the world's reserve currency. After the 1970s, oil was tied to the dollar, creating the petrodollar system. This forced the world into America's financial order. To buy oil, nations had to buy dollars. The US could print the currency of the world. This is money thinking at the planetary level, global utility. But like all money rule, it overreaches. The more it is used as a weapon, sanctions, financial wars, exclusions from trade, the more faith in it collapses. Just as democracy collapses when money is used too blatantly, the petrodollar imperium will collapse when it loses legitimacy. And when it does, money will once again be replaced by force. Caesarism will appear on a world scale. 9. The Punic Wars and the World Wars. Rome's destiny was sealed by the Punic Wars. They were existential struggles against Carthage for supremacy in the Mediterranean. America's destiny was sealed by the World Wars. They were existential struggles against Germany and Japan for supremacy in the West. Rome emerged supreme, but its republic was broken. The Punic Wars created the conditions for Caesar. America emerged supreme, but its democracy is hollow. The World Wars created the conditions for its own Caesars. Both transitions mark the same stage, the end of contending states, The rise of world empire. 10th Empire as parasite. Imperial centers feed upon their provinces. Rome lived off grain, tribute, and slaves. America lives off cheap goods, labor, and energy tied to its currency. This parasitism creates grandeur, forums, aqueducts, colosseums, but it exhausts the periphery. The core is magnificent. The edges are drained. This is the fate of every world empire. And this too, Spengler insists, is destiny. 11. The Faustian soul and the infinite will. The West, however, is not Rome. It has its own soul, what Spengler called the Faustian soul. The Faustian soul is defined by its striving toward infinity. It built Gothic cathedrals, reaching for heaven. It sailed beyond the horizon. It built telescopes to pierce the stars. Even in decline, the Faustian soul expresses itself in infinity. Rome built roads to bind the world. America builds networks, skyscrapers, and rockets to the cosmos. Its Caesars will not only rule with force, they will dream on a cosmic scale. Even in decline, they will reach outward, upward, endlessly. 12th, enantiodrama, the drama of opposites. Heraclitus called it the unity of opposites. Goethe called it polarity. Spengler called it destiny. Life is tension. All things exist only in contrast with their opposites. Money versus blood. Utility versus duty. Democracy versus Caesarism. Profit versus sacrifice. This is the enantiodrama, the drama of opposites, that drives history. The tension between opposites creates energy. That energy becomes form. And that form is the beauty of cultures. A flower is not just biology. It is polarity released into color and fragrance. A cathedral is not just stone. It is polarity crystallized into monument. An empire is not just power. It is polarity made destiny. 13th, Bruce Wayne as symbol. This same drama is visible in our modern myths. Bruce Wayne is one of the richest men in Gotham. But unlike the oligarchs, he does not live for profit. His wealth is not his master. It is his tool. By day, he is a billionaire. By night, he is Batman, the incarnation of duty. Batman operates above the law, like a Caesar. He is not elected, not accountable to ballots. He rules by symbol and will, and the people accept him because they know their democracy is broken. What makes him different from a tyrant is the Prussian ethos. His life is sacrifice. His every action is service. Bruce Wayne is the archetype of duty over profit, will over law, symbol over utility. He is a Caesar with the soul of a Prussian. 14th conclusion, the fate of the West. The West is moving inexorably towards Caesarism. Democracy is hollow. Money has exhausted itself. Utility no longer inspires faith. The petrodollar system is overreaching. The empire is parasitic. The veil is torn. The Caesars are coming. The only question is what ethos they will embody. Will they rule for profit, like oligarchs? Or will they rule for duty, like Prussians? This is the drama of opposites that defines our destiny. Money versus blood. Utility versus duty. Democracy versus Caesarism. Rome lived it. America is living it now. And just as Bruce Wayne chose duty over comfort, so too must the leaders of the West, if our empire is to mean more than crude despotism. The age of money is ending. The age of will is beginning.